Hello, everyone. My name is Diego Ramirez, and today I will be discussing the topic of vehicle theft, specifically in the jurisdiction of Los Angeles Police Department. The location that will be studied is Hollywood, California. Now, why is vehicle theft important to study and analyze? The main impacts of vehicle theft in the United States are both public safety and economic implications. Allowing vehicle thefts to occur is a major problem for public safety because research and data has shown that most stolen vehicles are transported somewhere else and then abandoned. This essentially means that when someone steals a vehicle, they're using it as a mode of transportation. The reason why this is an issue is because this car could be used to carry out some other crime. Not only does this enable criminals to commit more crime, but it also can implicate the victim at different scenes of crime. By analyzing this, analysts and law enforcement are able to identify hotspots and times when vehicle theft is most common, and in doing so, take the proper steps to ensure public safety. Second would be economic implications. An article by Dr. Stephen Byers analyzed the economic consequences of vehicle theft in the United States. Although vehicle theft varies from state to state, this study found that in Colorado, nearly $540 million worth of vehicles were stolen in 2022. This consequently led to increased vehicle insurance premiums, loss of jobs, and also negatively affected personal income and the state GDP. And finally, there was a reported 11% increase in inflation. Now, research has found that the majority of vehicle theft occurs in areas with easy availability, meaning areas with low surveillance or outdated security cameras, areas with low lighting, and areas with a large selection of vehicles. Vehicle theft has proven to be a crime of opportunity more than a crime of motivation. Uh, Essentially, meaning that the majority of people who steal cars aren't doing it professionally. It's more of when the opportunity arises, they will commit this crime. Studies have shown that it's generally carried out by young males aged 16 through 20, and as mentioned, occurs in areas with easy availability, regardless of the make, model, or year of the car. Now, specifically, we will be analyzing the Hollywood vehicle theft. The incidents chosen for this study were from January 1st, 2023 through April 1st, 2023. A total of 196 vehicles were reported stolen at this time. On the chart on the right, the very first one, we can see exactly where each vehicle was reported to be stolen. The majority were stolen, 152 to be exact, on street parking. The second most common would be a parking lot and then a garage and carport. What this shows is that the safest place to keep your car parked, if you can, would be an underground parking or a building specifically for parking. The majority of these require you to get a ticket and pay for it, which makes it much harder to leave with a stolen car. And if you know someone that lives in the area, a driveway is going to be much more safe than just leaving it on the street. Additionally, I also took a look at the times when the vehicle was stolen. This is broken up into military time, but it essentially shows that the most popular time or the most common time to steal a car was between 5:30 p.m. and 9:30 p.m. This is also coincidentally the time that most victims are having dinner. So if you're parked on the street at a restaurant eating, that's the time when, or having dinner, that's the time when you're most likely to have your car stolen. These findings were then put into a kernel density map to show the areas that were affected the most. The areas that were most affected were central downtown Hollywood, this area here in the middle, Thai Town, this area on the right, and popular tourist attractions like the TCL Chinese Theater. These areas have high traffic. There's lots of people, lots of cars, lots of opportunity. The reason why these areas are affected as well is because the majority of parking is street parking, and this area is filled with restaurants, tourist attractions, and civilian hubs where people are forced to leave their cars unattended. And finally, what's the strategy and plan to combat vehicle theft? There's many ways to combat vehicle theft. One of the most important would be to allocate the proper law enforcement resources to these affected areas. Uh, as from what the data shows, law enforcement would have a good idea of when and where to patrol. Law enforcement can conduct more patrols in the downtown and Thai town areas during dinner time, specifically, as mentioned, 5:30 through 9:30 p.m., since the data shows that these are the times when vehicle theft is more likely to occur. And as mentioned before, studies show that this is a crime of opportunity. So if law enforcement are able to minimize the opportunities that criminals have by increasing police presence, this crime is theoretically less likely to occur. The second would be to just increase surveillance, whether that be through government funded security cameras on traffic lights, for example, or simply encouraging shop and restaurant owners to invest in more advanced surveillance systems. This could reduce crime while simultaneously promoting business, since customers will not have to worry about losing their property if they're stopping by. And the last, easiest um, strategy to implement would be to just simply spread awareness and encourage good habits like making sure your vehicle's locked, making sure you're parked in a well lit area, and removing any valuables from plain sight. As mentioned, as a crime of opportunity, if a criminal is willing to break into your vehicle to steal an item, it wouldn't be unlikely that they would enter your vehicle to steal it as well. Uh, so that is everything. Thank you for listening to my presentation.